Hello and farewell to the universe. No, not me. I'm talking about the name of the game, the name of the visual novel. Farewell to the universe. This is a visual novel about saying farewell to the universe, although we are dealing with a godlike entity here. Start. So yeah, farewell to the universe. If you want to see this game for yourselves, then I'll have a link down in the description below where you can download this game for yourselves. So we're playing as God? Is this God in front of us? Or is this like a friend to God? I'm not too sure, but I love the hair. It's very starry. Oh, you're here. Did you come to say goodbye? I'm glad at least you came. I don't think anyone would show up. Not that there's anyone to come anyway. It's been really quiet the last couple of centuries. Wow. Even you've been by less and less. Getting old, are we? No need to apologise. You look rather cracked, broken. Had enough. I'm teasing. It has been quite some time, though. How have you been? Tired? I am as well. I am mentally tired of the universe that there is. There is a planet somewhere called Earth, which has 7 billion inhabitants, where a number of those inhabitants are rather toxic. Rather wanting that the universe would end in a big explosion, in a big giant ball of fire, like let's say if a star created a supernova by exploding itself. It's part of how I knew the end was coming. Immortality always seems attractive in concept. Eternity grants you a lot of spare time. It grants you a lot of time, period. And for goodness sakes, wouldn't it be boring if we lived forever, you know? Living for thousands and millions of years to see your great grandchildren die, and then see your, for goodness know how long in the future generations die before you do, because you've selfishly granted eternity or immortality for yourself, so where you don't age, where you're stuck at 21, you know, the ideal age to be stuck at, you know, knowledge, wisdom, sorry. Youth. It's given me plenty of time to research my question. I have never found a conclusion though. I really did waste my eternity. Immortality is false, anyway. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be watching everything crumble now. You never believed in immortality? Huh. Well, you and I made it a few trillion years, so you can say that they're old. That's pretty impressive. Then again, old is subjective, because for certain things they're young still, whereas another object or living being, which has been around for the same amount of time, has been defined as old because of their lifespan. How many universes have we seen die? What? This is no multiverse, are we now? Too many to count. I guess that's the appropriate answer. Yep, to be honest, I was never sad when experiments went wrong. Sounds like some sort of YouTube sort of thing. You know, experiments, pranks gone wrong. God damn it. I never cared the slightest. Stars exploding, supernovas, colonies collapsing, total anarchy and genocide. Universes falling apart. Thank you, black holes. It's just part of a cycle of time. A failed experiment still gives valuable results. But now it's my time. Now that it's my time. How ironic. I never experienced fear before. My heart is racing. All the while our friend here is silent. Or maybe we are them. Are you scared too? No. I'm maybe the representation of the player. I guess when you've lived this long, death is like a welcome release. Did you get bored of having only me for company? I'm teasing again. Don't take things so seriously. I feel fear for not having answered my question before I pass. Despite seeing so much doom, I still don't know where we go afterwards. In the afterlife, of course. Where does the soul go? I wish I knew. Well, I guess we'll go nowhere, since this really is the end. Sorry. That's a question you can only get an answer from when that time comes. What was my favourite creation? The bird, probably. Such a free and beautiful creature. Yeah, birds are pretty cool, with their lovely wings, and they're elegant as well. Watching them dance through the sky as if gravity didn't exist. I'm sure it does exist somewhere. In some ways, I was jealous, but you're floating in space. Surely that's even better than being able to fly, because you're both flying and unaffected by any kind of gravitational pull. Like any kind of black hole gravitational pull, or a gravitational pull, or a star gravitational pull. Funny, huh? Me, God, jealous of my own experiment. Even though they live for a fraction of my lifespan, they seem to enjoy it to the fullest. Can I say the same about myself? Yes. What? Humans? A peculiar bunch of creatures. Oh, that was quite a disappointing experiment. It failed so fast, of course it does. Do you know what human beings are capable of doing? They're capable of both good and destructive things. It was my first time experimenting with higher life forms. I thought maybe the soul would return if they had a conscience, but it never worked. Humans turned on each other so fast and destroyed the beautiful sanctuary I built them. I wonder if humans felt like this on their deathbeds. Humans became aware of mortality. They tried to answer the same questions as me. What is the meaning of life? And where do we go after we die? Well, the meaning of life is irrelevant because you give life meaning, not life giving meaning to you. You give meaning to life, not life giving meaning to you. They lived their lives to soothe the fears of wasting their short fleeting presence on Earth. It's kind of nostalgic now. Looking back, I wonder where things went so wrong. Maybe I should have done more to help. Yeah, like it is subjective, but if there really is a God out there that exists, then why do we have stuff like cancer? Because obviously if there was such a divine being, then there wouldn't be cancer, there wouldn't be poverty, famine, genocide, horrifically dark thoughts, because such things would not be able to manifest in the first place if people were not given the ability to think like that in the first place. Like, you probably think of like happiness, sadness, fear, anger, stuff like that. There are probably emotions out there which have not even been conjured up by human beings, which could possibly exist if the universe itself has ever gifted us that kind of thought process. And people say that there is such thing as a sixth sense, which I don't believe. Well, that just could be called a mother's instincts. I wish I'd done more. I was given the ultimate gift. I control everything. Space and time belong to me alone. I wish I worked harder to figure out why this gift was given to me. Hey, why do you think I was born? I don't know why, man. Or girl. Whatever God would be. God is always depicted as this old man. That's not a very helpful answer. I know it wasn't, but please give me some space. For nothing? But there has to be a reason I was born with this power. That's just a form of self-defense, huh? Everything I made was created to answer a question, to prove a hypothesis. Could I really have been born for nothing? Maybe that's the answer to the question, that life has no meaning. No, because you give meaning to life, as you questioned earlier. What do you mean by no predefined meaning? It means that when we're born on day 0, because 24 hours have been given up to be able to classify as day 1, we're not given any predefined role. It's not like we're in the Star Wars universe where clone troopers are simply given one purpose, and that is to be a clone trooper of their own kind of regiment that they're put in when they're born. No, we don't have the knowledge to be able to say, you know, from day 0, I want to be a YouTuber. Because I don't even know that YouTube would exist back then. I want to be a firefighter, an astronaut, a policeman, a doctor, a psychiatrist. Whatever the above predefined role is, there's no such thing as predefined. That's an interesting perspective. that you give life as me. Exactly. That's how humans live their lives anyways. They assigned a task to themselves to justify the miracle of their existence. Do you know what? It is a miracle that there is such a thing as life, with how the universe is enacted and all that. I guess I did that too. I used my gift to create things. Thousands of universes, billions of stars, countless, trillions and trillions of lives, quadrillions. I've watched them all come and go, and now I get to watch the last of it disappear. My last universe. I feel something painful inside. My chest and throat are tightening. Sadness? Huh? I guess I am sad. I never really thought this would come to an end. But how do universes come to an end, exactly? Does the Big Bang just suddenly collapse back in on itself? You and I have spent our eternities together. I would have been happy if I could have spent a couple more with you. Like, that does beg the question of, like, when would the universe stop? Could it stop right at this point in time in the video? I can't stop thinking about humans. Funny. I haven't thought of them for at least 1 billion years. So you're saying that at some point, at least 1 billion years ago, the last human died. I can't stop wondering, do they feel scared? A mixture of emotions coming to past, remembering the past, wonder where we're going in the next life. What would happen to my body after I die? When Earth was engulfed by the sun, oh gosh, so that was how we all died? Because the sun got so big that it just engulfed Mercury, Venus, and then Earth? And the moon as well. Goodness sakes. And by then would have been able to, gosh, what is the correct word for it? Terraform Mars. And the lighting's... I'm getting kind of sleepy. You too? Come closer. What's this feeling in my face? It's warm and damp, falling down my cheeks. I can't breathe. Hold your hand. Okay. Don't be scared. It was an eternity well spent, right? I think I understand the meaning of life now. It was so we could meet and spend this time together. Oh no, tears streaking down her face. I just seen that now. Well, their face. Cheesy? Smile one last time for me, please. I want to remember your smile. Are you still there? I think I'm starting to fade. Don't leave me yet. I'm scared. Keep me warm for just a little longer. But you keep saying that to yourself. Just a little longer. 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 A little longer later. Just a little longer. Farewell, my dear friend. I think being on perspective of the one that is unfortunately dying is dramatically different from one who is far away from that point in time. Well, then again, it could even be tomorrow. Or it could even be right now. You never know. Farewell, my dear universe. Farewell, my dear friend, who has unmatched long hair. And there we go. Goodness sakes. Farewell to you, universe. So yeah, as I said at the beginning, folks, there is a link in the description below where you'll be able to download this game for yourselves and see what it is that this game gives you, as well as this Let's Play. But that should be secondary, and downloading the game for yourselves and playing it for yourselves and giving the developer feedback is of primary rather than secondary. But I quite enjoyed this little game. I think it is a little tale of what it's like when things have wrapped up and come to an end of sorts. And also as well, just for bonus points from my perspective, I love the purpleness of it all. As you probably haven't pointed out already, my favourite colour is purple, so that's why having this kind of cosmic purple put into place is really nice. Like, I love the dark purples as it should be, because space is largely filled with void, with nothing in it, just emptiness. You could even call it it's not even a colour. Black is definitely a colour, but at the same time it's not a colour if there are no particles in it. Great, here's a science lesson. But like, I had a secondary school friend who was like saying that there's no such thing as black. And I'm saying, yes, there is black. But at the same time, when you look into space, that isn't black, that is the void. That has no context of colour. Just the stars and the light itself. For goodness sakes, this is not meant to turn into a science lesson. But that is, folks, farewell to the universe. Thank you so much for watching, and we shall see each other within the next video, or in a past video, or in a future video, or a more present video. Whatever it may be. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.